Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to share with you how you can get bouncy hair, honey. And I'm not talking about the way that you curl it. I am talking about layers. I don't know if you've ever struggled to get your hair looking all voluptuous and bouncy and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm curling it. It just looks flat. It's probably because you don't have layers. So today I'm going to share with you one of the many ways that I like to cut layers. Oh, and if you're new here, welcome to the tribe. But don't forget to hit subscribe to become an official tribe member. Now let's get into this. So the hair that I'm using is from WowAfrican.com, and it has been a minute since I have used their hair. And I was actually shocked to see that they updated the packaging inside, which is so cute because it came with this cute little satin bag that held the hair. They upgraded y'all, get the tail combs. We got some bobby pins, a wig cap. Very impressed. You go Wow African, and a band to go inside your wig. Say what? So this hair is their Brazilian natural wave, and I got it in 20 inches, 180% density, honey. And once again, the hairline comes pre-plucked, which I'm always happy about because once again, it saves your girl so much time. So it's a 360 wig as well. So it's got the standard clips, lots of space for your versatile parting, all that good stuff. And what I love about their natural wave is that it is actually tighter than a standard body wave. So after you've washed it, you get a lot of bounce and movement and texture in your hair, which y'all know I love. Okay, so this is the hair after it's been washed. So as you can see, it's just sitting here pretty wet still. It's got a lot of texture left in it. So the first thing we're going to do is divide a little triangle at the front of your head. And a little tip, make sure to keep the hair completely wet evenly as you're cutting each section. It's going to make sure that you have a nice even cut. Okay, so moving on to our section, we're going to create a subsection, and that is going to be a little row right there across the front. And for this cut, I'm just going to be using this razor comb for the entire cut, as well as my bone comb to help guide me. So we take our subsection, making sure it's wet, combing it down, and I have already decided where I want my layers to be, but you can decide that based on the length of your comb, measured out from where your nose is, your lips are, whatever it is, or even you can use your mannequin as a guide saying, okay, I want these layers to sit close to my lip or close to my nose. And I would say if you are just starting out with this, you could even take some measuring tape, y'all, and measure it out, map it out, and then give yourself a little extra room when you cut it because like I said, when it dries, it shall shrink. So once we've created this first part, this is going to be our little guide, a stationary guide. And what that means is that it's not going to move. So this is going to be what we're going to be using as a guide for all of the hair because eventually we're going to pull all the hair forward and keep cutting it to meet this piece that we first initially cut in the front, if that makes sense. But what I'm also doing is as I'm bringing the hair forward, I'm going just a little bit longer every single time, just a little bit longer. So once that section is done, you can part it down the middle, open it up. You'll start to see where those first few layers are really coming together. And with this way of cutting, it doesn't even matter what side you part your hair on. You'll be able to part it down the middle, off to the side, whatever it is, it'll have nice bounce, flow, and movement. So now from that middle part, we're going to slice out a little section that goes from like the middle to behind your ear, if your mannequin had ears or if you're working on a human being, in fact. And then we're going to comb that hair forward and use our little guide. So our guide is the hair that we've previously cut in the front. So remember, keeping it wet, take your comb it all down, take a look at where your guide is, and then go ahead and slide cut all the way down to the ends. Then I repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Also, while you're doing this, I would recommend standing directly in front of your mannequin or the person you're doing it on. That way you can see everything evenly. I'm standing off to the side for the sake of this video, y'all, because I love y'all and I'm trying to let y'all see what I'm doing. But ideally, I would be standing right in front. And if you ever feel like you're lost and you're like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be cutting, when you comb that hair forward, you'll see those little straggles that are way longer than it needs to be. Those are the little pieces that you should be cutting. Because the shorter pieces are what? Our guide. So once we're done with those two front sections, again, they only went halfway across the head. We can see the front of the hair coming to life. We can see that it's getting some layers. We see some movement in there. And now we can move on to the back. So now we're going to start taking small sections from the back of the hair and moving it forward. So that section that was right at the middle of the top where you stopped, that's going to be where we're starting from now. So this is the mannequin from a side angle. I really struggled to film this, guys, because I'm really hoping this is making sense right now and that you guys are getting the right angles. But essentially, we're combing all the hair forward and following the curvature of the first section that we created. Do you get me? Comment below if it's not clear and I can try to elaborate. So as you comb the hair over, you're going to see a section that's really thin. That's where you need to cut from. Comb forward, you see that section that's thin? Use the razor there. And you're going to follow the curvature of the head along the front. Oh my God, I hope this makes sense to you guys. So once you get to the very back, it won't be long enough to cut anymore. That's how you pretty much know you're done. So you can comb everything straight back off to the side, play with it, start to envision and see how it's falling and if you love her. So as you can see, while she's wet, you can see the curls coming together. You can see where the layers are falling, everything. You can flip it from one side to the other side. It won't matter. You'll have beautiful shapes. So I even started blow drying it a little bit so you guys could kind of see what it's going to look like, and also show you guys that once you have a good cut happening and layers happening around your face, it's pretty easy to get that nice shingled look or effortless curve happening in your bang area, if you know what I'm saying. Then I curled her up with a curling iron, put myself together, and slapped her on. And this is the finished look. Lots of movement, lots of bounce, shine, texture, honey. Layers make a world of a difference when you are going for a really nice, curled up, voluptuous look. As I told you guys before, you could lay this joint to the left or the right. Give yourself a side part because this cut is even on both sides. You can mix and match. Take that bad boy and slip it the other way. You good, honey? You good? So give this a try, guys. Comment below and let me know if it was easy enough to follow along because I want to hear from you. Let me know. Okay? I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Namaste!
Whispered that she don't drink, said that she rollin'. Hope I don't think that just that we smoke that I'm gon' hit. I'm like, what you think, so think what you want. She had me a thing.